How you doing? Duff here. Believe it or not, time for another automotive project, Tacoma related. Just a day or two ago I filmed a video where I replaced the mass airflow sensor to hopefully address a check engine light problem I was having. The computer was throwing a 120 error, which is a throttle position sensor error. And for the possible remedies, it says clean the throttle body, which I sprayed it out, it wasn't really dirty, or mass airflow sensor. Replaced the mass airflow sensor, drove the truck to work yesterday, and the error came back again. So I'm now going to replace the throttle position sensor, which is right there. Yeah, right there. It's a similar sensor in size to the mass airflow sensor. There's just two screws to hold it on. So I'm going to try to get in there and pop it out. Okay, first thing, get this out of the way. Get that out of the way. There's a little connector here that hold it on. Just squeeze it, pull it off. Two Phillips head screws, which of course seem to be on tightly. This could be fun. It's very hard to get. Get that one loose. Stubby screwdriver, good idea. Turning. I'm going to get a better look at it. Alright, that bottom one's starting to strip out, trying to turn it from that angle. Which leaves me a crappy option to have to pull the throttle body off, so I can flip this and get better access to it, which I don't want to do, but I can't strip that screw out all the way, so I think I'm going to have to. Alright, so now this becomes an unexpected how to remove a throttle body video as well. Loosen these two hose clamps, disconnect any air hoses, and this hose should slide out. If that screw would come out easily, this is like a 5-minute job. Instead it's going to turn into a big pain in the ass. I swear to God, nothing I do in this truck is not a pain in the ass. Everything has a complication. Everything. Okay. Oh. Come on. Get off. Is this here? Okay. Yeah, tube's off. We gotta release these cables. And then it's 2 bolts and 2 nuts, from what I recall. Had a decent amount of experience with taking this off because of my, if you look through my videos, you'll see the IAC valve dilemma where I took this apart multiple times trying to fix that. So I ended up replacing it and it never fixed my problem. Nuts are off. So now this whole thing should just slide off. Connector down here. Electrical connector down here. Connection here for the coil seems to be getting in the way, so I'm removing that. There's air hoses in the back that go to the IAC. I'm trying to avoid disconnecting those if I don't have to. Jeez. Alright, so you can see the throttle body is off. And I'm just going to try to turn it so I can get access to the screw a little bit better. I got to remove these tubes so we get the freedom to turn, which means you got to squeeze some clamps. Get it out a lot of dead space. Trick's going to be able to get a good strike on it. Okay. The coolant hose in the back, just tuck it behind the other hoses, make sure it's upright so you're not dropping a lot of coolant everywhere. Alright, so now need to be able to get a good strike on this. These bolts are actually something I remember being cautioned about with the IAC valve as well, that they're fickle and they're easy to strip. And that was in reference to the IAC, but it seems to also be the case with this as well. That did work, as you can see. Impact screwdriver. But these are a little bit stripped. So for some reason I thought that I've replaced this in the past, but I might not have. Alright. Second bolt. This is all it is. Throttle position sensor. Now I haven't done this before. This looks different. Never saw this before. Okay. Alright, here's my replacement Duralast part. It's a 2-year limited warranty, TPS 482. I know a lot of people say, hey, just throw Toyota parts in here, but I'm literally going to be selling this truck hopefully within the next couple weeks. So there's absolutely no reason for me to put a Duralast part in here. This is hard to not put a Toyota part in here, because this will, or should, work fine. So so I'm just putting it in into the little slot. There's a flat piece right here. Putting it in, turning it to line up the nuts, the screws, or whatever. This one that I had problems with, I'm going to put on the top so it's more, at least more accessible than it was in the bottom. But I think officially, if this has never been replaced, you're going to probably want to do what I've had to do and remove the throttle body. Because I think if you just try to turn it with a regular screwdriver, you're going to wind up stripping these just like I did. Or almost stripping. Now I basically just have to reverse what I just took off, reconnect the coolant line, turn this back the way it was. This is a metal gasket. Typically it's fine to reuse. I'm going to reuse it. You know, if you're a perfectionist, perhaps you want to replace it since you have it apart. I am not one of those, so it'll be just fine reusing the gasket. Alright, at this point I should be able to put it back on the posts. Connector for the throttle position sensor. Let's reconnect that. And I'm going to put the bolts and the nuts back in. Okay. Alright, got to hook my linkages back up here. So you can see what I'm doing. Basically have to kind of turn it like that. Fish it through. There we go. So that's flush. It's still connected. And a little bit of my mess. Let's see a real graceful way to do this. Okay. Reconnect that hose there. Let's reconnect this hose here. Let's put that there. So in the past 2 weeks, this thing is, or not 2 weeks, probably 3 weeks, maybe almost 4. This thing's had new water pump, timing belt, battery, starter, mass airflow sensor, now throttle position sensor, and I also bought a new set of battery cables as well, which I'll talk about in my next video. Okay, so I'm going to clear the code and see what happens, and hope that the truck still starts. Okay, I'm in the truck. Actually, when I turned it on, the check engine light was already off. I didn't have to clear it again, which is nice. Truck started right up. Sounds like it's running normally. So yeah, I guess that's another successful swap with electronic sensors on a 99 Tacoma. So if you scroll left or right, you'll probably see my next video, because I'm now undertaking battery lead replacement. So until next time, which won't be very long at all, this is Duffman signing off.